What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here in the World of Juice channel. Welcome back to some more Madden 22 breakdown here on the channel. That's right. Today, we are going to be looking at the individual home field advantage M factors for each of the 32 NFL teams. Now, in past breakdowns, we've gone a little bit into breaking them down, but we never really specifically got in and broken down each one. So that's what today's video is going to be. Make sure to smash that like button if you do go on to enjoy. Hit that notification bell as well, and join the Juice Club with that subscription button. So let's get straight into it and start with the AFC South. So we have home field advantage Duval. That's what we have here. The Jacksonville Jaguars home team gains bonus momentum on touchdowns. So that is your home field advantage for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So if Trevor Lawrence, if he steps back and he throws a touchdown pass to whoever, Tim Tebow, then you get a momentum boost on that touchdown. So good for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't really know how to break down these more than just saying if they're good or bad, I guess. For the Colts, you get hat count as their home field advantage. The home team defense can see the hat count on all players via coach cam. So that one's actually kind of interesting because the defense, if you're on defense, via the coach cam, you can see all the plays. Okay. What's the coach cam? I'm not 100% sure. Am I just a casual? What's the coach cam? I'm not 100% sure what the coach cam is. But apparently you can see all the plays via that. A W? Small W? Little tiny W, I guess. I don't know. Sure, whatever. Moving on to the Texans, the bullpen. We've got away teams gain less momentum for touchdowns. That's actually an interesting one. Because if you're playing against, let's say, the Colts, because it's a divisional game, and they score a touchdown on you, then they get less momentum for that touchdown, which is actually pretty cool. So, yes, they do score on you, but they don't get as much momentum as you would get if you scored, which is, it's a nice little touch. And is that the last team? No, we got the Titans. I forgot about the Titans. They've got Tighten Up, which is home team will avoid committing holding penalties. That's actually probably the most useful one that we have seen, at least that I've seen in these for right now. So we've got committing less penalties, or avoid committing holding penalties, which is really good because in Madden, that game loves to call holding penalties on big plays every single time. It doesn't matter what the situation is. It's usually going to be a holding call if it's a big play. So if you're the Tennessee Titans, and you get a big play, and you have the M factor activated, you're probably not going to get a holding penalty, which is actually a W. That's actually for the first one that is considered a big W. So, moving on to this one, the AFC East, we've got the Bills up first. Downwind. The away team kicking arc is harder to control. So, obviously, we know that in Buffalo, it gets pretty windy, so the away team's kicking arc is harder to control, which is good. I don't know if that's a W in player versus CPU, or if that's more of a W in online head-to-head. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Then the Patriots should be next. No, the Dolphins are next. Made in the shade. The home team fatigues slower. So obviously we know that it gets super hot down in Miami and South Beach. So I guess the home team will be a little bit more conditioned than the away team. They'll be struggling a little bit more. I'm assuming this is going to be the same, just the opposite for the Denver Broncos, because the Denver Broncos have the high altitude. So W? I guess this one doesn't really matter that much, I guess. Jets get turf war. I think the Giants get turf war too. Away team players fatigue faster. So this is the exact opposite of the Dolphins one. the away team players fatigue faster. Now, why the away team players fatigue faster, I have no idea. The Jets MetLife Stadium has no like comparison to South Beach or Denver, where the air is different and the temperature is different and stuff. Like, why would the away team? I don't know. That one just feels like they just had to find something for the Jets. They didn't have anything else, and they just picked that, I guess. That's just what it feels like to me. The Patriots get our house. Home team gains bonus momentum on touchdowns and third down stops. Okay, I can see that. Patriots fans do get pretty raucous on touchdowns and third down stops, so they get more They give more momentum. Okay, I see that. That's not what I wanted. That's a little bit of a W. Okay. Then we go to AFC North with the Cleveland Browns, the dog pound. Not just the dog pound, the dog pound. We get away team hot routes have a chance to fail in the red zone, requiring them to be made again. Receivers who are hot routed will temporarily receive a question mark indicator bubble at the time of the hot route to signify they may be unsure of their route. Oh no, oh no, oh no. This is what I was talking about when we were breaking down the actual Dynamic Game Day trailer and doing all that stuff and going more in depth. I was worried that the hot routes were going to be overpowered, or at least them missing their hot route is going to be more overpowered. And I mentioned this before, and I'll say it again. We want a realistic game, but at the end of the day, we just want to play a football game. And if you're playing against your buddy and you're down by 7 in the red zone, let's say you're at the 10-yard line, in the red zone, you make a hot route call to your number one wide receiver, you tell him to slant into the middle of the field, and you hot route somebody else to the outside for like a corner route or something. And they don't get that, and you end up like not getting the touchdown, or you get a turnover or something because the crowd was going crazy and stuff. That's a little bit annoying. I can see where that would not be a W. I can see where that would get pretty frustrating pretty quickly. So that's the only thing that I'm worried about for this whole home field advantage thing. That's the only thing I'm worried about. We move on to the Ravens trust the system. Home team gains bonus momentum on every running play while winning. That is a little bit overpowered. So basically, in theory, if you go up by 3 points, if you kick a field goal the very first drive of the game, then you could, in theory, stop them on their next possession, the opposing team, and then every single possession after that, run the ball. And you just get free momentum. You just get free momentum the rest of the game. That's could be abused. That could be overpowered. We'll have to wait and see. We've got Steelers terribly distracting. Away team hot routes have a chance to fail on third and fourth down, requiring them to be made again. Receivers who are make sure they're around, whatever. It's the same thing as the Browns. Once again, I'm a little bit worried about this one. And then we got the Bengals. Who day? No huddle results in reduced clock runoff. That is actually kind of a small W because we all know how overpowered the clock runoff is and can be. It varies on how much clock runoff decides to come off. So the no huddle results in reduced amounts of time coming off. That's actually a small mini W for the Bengals. So then moving on to the final team in the AFC, or the final division in the AFC, the AFC West, we've got the Chiefs up first. Home of the Chiefs. Offensive audibles made by the away team have a chance to fail. Once again, this falls in that same kind of category as the hot routes. I'm a little bit concerned about it. I'm a little bit concerned that it's going to get annoying pretty quickly if it doesn't work out. So I'm just saying, I'm just a little bit curious. Chargers get bolt up. Home team gains bonus momentum for yardage gains. Okay, that's a basic one, I'd say. That's not horrible. It's not overpowered, I wouldn't think. I don't think it could be abused that easily. So it seems like a small W. The Raiders get just win, baby. Why? I don't know. Home team gains momentum faster and has increased fatigue recovery while winning. So when you're winning, if you're up by 3 points, if you're up by 7 points, however many points, as long as you're winning, then you gain faster momentum and you get your fatigue recovered quicker and players come back quicker, basically. So, W, I guess. The only bad thing is that you can't like switch the. I'm assuming that you can't switch these for different teams. Like you can't put the just win baby M factor for any team. You have to be whatever team you are is that specific M factor. So that's I understand why they did it, obviously, but it is what it is. The Broncos get mile high. Away team players have less stamina during plays because of the high altitude. We all understand it. We've all seen the stuff happen in real life with the Denver Broncos and how their stadium is pretty hard to play at because of the high altitude. So it's cool that they're adding that in. Now we move up to the NFC. Starting with the Cardinals, rise up, Red Sea. Home team gains momentum faster. Straight and simple, I guess. Straight and simple. Not much to break down about that. The Rams get Rams house. Home team gains bonus momentum for defensive stops. Okay, so if you're Jalen Ramsey and you deflect a pass or you intercept something, then you get some bonus momentum. Obviously, that would be the case for any team, right? I feel like this one's basically just useless. Well, not useless, but you know what I mean, right? Like if you're the Washington football team and Chase Young gets a sack or something on a third down and you stop him, then you're going to get momentum. If you're the Bills and you get a stop on third or fourth down, you're going to get momentum. So I feel like this one's it's basically just this. They could have thought of something better, basically. And the 49ers get unstable ground. Away team has increasingly hard time changing directions. They misspelled it. That's embarrassing. That's funny. Unstable ground. Is this a joke from last season when all the 49ers players got hurt because they went to MetLife Stadium and the field was considered bad and all the players like Nick Bosa and all those players like had season-ending injuries because they played on that field. I don't know if this is a jab at that. I would assume probably not, but it's kind of ironic that the 49ers have this M factor and they're the team that suffered the most injuries, the most significant injuries by playing on unstable ground. I feel like that's a little bit ironic. The Seahawks get the 12s. Random portions of play art for the away team offense will be squiggly and hard to read, just like NCAA. We all know that they're just reusing NCAA's stuff, so it's kind of a W that it's in there, but it's kind of an L because they're classing it as brand new features, even though it's been in their games previously. It's even been in past Maddens. So kind of an L that it's classified as new, but a small W because it's in the game again. Oh, but the Seahawks, they're known as the 12th man, so cool. It's going to be annoying to have that, to play against that, but whatever. The Packers get Go Pack Go, the frozen tundra. Ooh, spooky. Home teams gain more momentum and away teams gain less. Thanks for explaining how momentum works. Away team fatigues faster and has a harder time changing direction. Okay, so yeah, I don't have anything. I don't know. These are hard to break down because they're so basic, basically. Like, I don't know how to say it. So then Vikings get Skull. Home team gains a small amount of speed rating when in the red zone. That's actually a decent one. That's different than some of the other ones. At least that's more creative. They get a small amount of speed. Every player or just, like, certain players? Because if you have, like... If I put Tyreek Hill on the Vikings and you're in the red zone and you have this Skull activated... Does that mean like Tyreek Hill gets like 100 plus speed? We're going to do some experiments on that. That's kind of curious now. Or is it just like certain players, or is it only players that are currently on the Vikings? I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. That's kind of a small W though. The Lions get Motor City, which is home team accelerates slightly faster. That's similar to the speed thing. So I don't think that's much creativity. I get why they have it because the Motor City kind of like motors, like engines and stuff, go fast and stuff, so they accelerate slightly faster. That could get annoying if you're trying to like run down a wide receiver and then all of a sudden he accelerates quicker than normal because he's got Motor City activated. I don't know. Could be a W, could be an L. The Bears get bear down. The away team's kick meter moves slightly faster. Speaking of ironic... So the Bears, with all the possibilities that Chicago sports could have, they pick the one that involves kicking. When infamously the double doink occurred in Chicago. Okay, Madden. You're going to do the Bears fans dirty by making their home field advantage a kicking one. All right. And I thought the 49ers one was ironic. The Cowboys, the NFC least, get deflected. Away team punt distance is shortened when kicking across the 50. That is basically useless because nobody punts in Madden. Why even mess with punting? Literally, probably 10% of players punt in Madden. Everybody just goes for it, or they fake punts, or they barely ever punt. So why even mess with punting? I don't. This is useless. Basically, no one is ever going to activate the deflected, or ever going to see the benefits of the deflected M factor because nobody's going to ever punt. We all know that on my channel, I have a saying: we don't punt on this channel. It's literally what I say on the channel. Every single Madden series that I ever have done, I don't punt. Nobody punts. We don't punt on the channel. So this is basically useless. Useless M factor for the Cowboys. The Eagles get linked in, which is a play on their stadium name, Lincoln Financial. While winning, the home team gains more momentum and the away team gains less. That's your M factor? That's your M factor. That's basically how momentum works. That's the most simple explanation for how momentum works. But you can only do it while you're winning. You get a little bit more than you would if you weren't winning. So, NFC least not off to a good start with these first two. And then obviously we know that the turf war for the Giants is the exact same thing for the Jets. I still feel like they just didn't have anything for MetLife, so they had to just put this in. I understand why they call it turf war because they share the same stadium, but it just feels like they just had to throw something together. And then unstable ground for Washington football team. Away team has an increasingly hard time changing directions. They spelled changing. Who created these? They can't spell? They didn't do a spell check before posting these on their Twitter? So this is the exact same name as the 49ers one, but it's not the same M factor. Oh wait, it is the same. They just copy and paste. They just changed the team logo. It is the exact same thing. So why? Why do the football team have the exact same thing as the 49ers? It doesn't make much sense, but hey, I didn't create them. The Buccaneers, the defending champs, get fire the cannons. Home team players have their fatigue temporarily replenished while in the red zone. Okay, that's actually a W. That's actually a useful thing because if you're running a lot of no huddle with Brady and you're running a lot of quick plays, you got to get the players back to full stamina and full fatigue and stuff. Then if you're in the red zone, they temporarily replenish their fatigue and their stuff. That's actually a small W. I like that. That's a good one. We move on to the Saints, who get hooed at on away third and fourth down conversion attempts. A random receiver will have an incorrect route when he lines up in pre-play. Wow. Okay. So if let's say you're the Falcons playing a divisional game against the New Orleans Saints and you're at the Saints Stadium and it's third down, fourth quarter, 2 minutes to go. 2-minute warning's already called, so you have only your 2 timeouts left. And it's a crucial play because the touchdown, if you score, wins the division. So it's pretty crucial. I've painted this picture for you. Matt Ryan is under center. Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts are out wide. And randomly, you'll never know which receiver has the incorrect route. Because you'll never know beforehand which receiver has the incorrect route. Who knows what route they will end up with? Who knows if that route's going to be an L? Probably, most likely, is going to be an L. So you pick this amazing play, and one random receiver is going to not know the route because of this M factor. That's an L. Plain and simple. Keep pounding for the Panthers. The home team has more stamina during plays. Cool. Falcons get rise up. The home team gains a flat amount of bonus momentum on every offensive play. Whoa, okay, so they could theoretically keep this M factor the entire game once they get it because they earn a flat amount of bonus momentum on every offensive play. So in theory, they could keep the ball for like a quarter, because that's pretty easy to do in Madden, and keep that momentum going for a long time. That's kind of, I can see some abuse in that. I can see some potential abuse in that. It looks like that's going to do it for the M factors. We went over all of them. So to wrap up and to conclude what I was my intentions and my point in this, basically this feels like an L. I hate to say it. Some of these are good. Some of these have actual like value. Others feel like they are useless. Some feel like they're big L's because they're going to be abused and stuff. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. That, especially that Cowboys one. Where's that one at? Right here. This Cowboys one is an absolute L. There's no other way around it. Why focus in a whole M factor on the punting? If you polled 100 players that play Madden, I guarantee you no more than 5 or 6 of those 100 players would say, yeah, I punt in Madden. Yeah. Literally every person says, who punts in Madden? Punting is for lesser human beings. Punting is for the casuals. And the casuals don't play franchise. So, useless. There was gotta be more M factors they could have thought. They could have taken an M factor from another team. They did it with the 49ers and the football team. They could have done something like that. But they picked punting. So, it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. So, let me know down below what you guys think about these M factors. If you think they're W's, if you think they're L's, let me know down below. Let me know also if you would change any of these or if you would add some different ones for specific teams. Let me know. I'm curious about that. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash that like button and notification bell and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.